This is what we do at the office.
Can't hear you, Greg.
Pay attention to the hell behind you.
Still can't hear you. I'm good now.
Are you partially deaf in one ear?
I might be.
Stop talking to yourself, man. When I did my DNA test, I found out I was an inbred.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That explains a few things.
Citizens of the wasteland, we're here for Fallout Season 2, Episode 4 today. This has been a really solid season thus far. Michael, you good right now?
I'm so good and ready and good.
Oh, those are
ready.
That's better than good. That's okay. Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's swing into the show, shall we? Spin the bottle.
Please don't do what you're about to do.
Yes.
You know, they're just kids.
They're not kids. They're abominations.
Oh my God, Kumail Nanjiani is a stand-up. Have you seen it? Heard it?
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
I can't hear you, Greg.
He has a new special.
Does he?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
I think I just started a war.
That's right. That's where we left off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When they killed Macaulay Culkin.
Still can't hear you.
How can you not hear me? I
No,
can
I
hear
can.
you.
I'm good now.
Are you partially deaf in one ear?
I might be.
This is ridiculous, Michael. I will not hear the show in order for your ears to hear me.
What?
'Cause that's more important.
I am important, Greg.
Nice. Oh, God. I love battles that start off with just sound first.
I cannot believe we're doing this in live action.
Yeah.
We're in Alaska.
All right. I like that reaction.
Battle of Anchorage. You're not fucking ready, Greg.
Ooh, I love the look of this.
Fucking thing.
Oh, cool. That's right. He said in the last season that he fought in the war using one of these.
It's cool to see the U.S. Marine Corps on there.
Catif, this is White Horse 2-1. We're experiencing equipment malfunction.
Oh.
Requesting permission to do the same, over.
Denied. Keep searching for Raider 3.
What'd they say? They said you should turn back. You're no good out here with that armor. What about you?
He's a good man.
He's going to keep going.
I'll be right behind you. Go. That's an order.
I love that we're exploring his background.
You better be right behind me. Marvel will kill me.
Would you kill me and let freeze?
I'd eat you, too.
That's friendship.
Day one, I would assume we're going to be out here a while. Immediately resort to cannibalism.
It happens.
Oh, guttural. This looks like a graphic novel.
Sure does. Are they?
Ooh, the horror. Jeez.
I would close that helmet, brother.
Oh, no.
Wow, he's jammed up.
How dangerous.
Supposed to be Chinese soldiers.
天哪，老兄，给你穿的什么东西？未来将至。
The future is here. Are these the soldiers that were like caught and tortured? Oh, damn. Looks like a minotaur.
很快，我们的首长也会抵达这里，让我们穿上这些盔甲，鸟枪换炮。
Pay attention to the hell behind you. That is so demonic.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. Whoa. Oh, man. Oh, it's so B-movie. I love it. Cool. Oh, I love the pulp of it. Yeah. It's like that movie Dog Soldiers.
This is such a brilliant way to introduce them.
What the Great blend of practical and CGI.
And it really is a perfect blend.
You could see like little blemishes on it, but most part practical. On the close-ups, at least.
Warriors 2-1, this is Cat
Ah.
It appears the Reds are in retreat.
I love it because like Vegas is Sin City, and this feels very much out of hell.
Congratulations, soldiers.
Dude, the Alaskan front?
It wasn't enough. Something else.
Wow, it's 2 episodes in a row where he's terrified by a monster, both in the past and the present.
I think the line, "the future is here," is quite fitting. That's a different kind of warfare. Excellent. Also very nice to have that juxtaposition of the desert and the cold.
The title smash credits have been less just changing the font, but they're actually changing the backgrounds a lot more.
Well, I guess we should get back to work.
Holy crap, instantaneous.
Okay, yeah. Great seeing you, but, you know, you should probably go. There.
Oh, now they'll have to work together. Yo, man, he saved your life.
He needs to frame him.
I'm sorry, you have to come with me.
No, I don't.
He was an emissary from the Commonwealth. If they find out he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. What? Oh, come on.
You wear the armor. Your name's Xander. You're from the Commonwealth.
Oh, he's going to have to do the reversal.
Look, if they come in here, they're gonna tear this place up, kill half these kids, and enlist the rest.
I can't do that.
Does a ghoul have a heart?
You're not wrong, but hear me out. Okay, I'm great at running away. I'm great at it. I love it. I like it.
What a fun flipping that on its head.
Sometimes running away is the best thing you can. Sometimes it's not.
Sucks, though.
Yeah.
They make way more choices from the heart when it's not in tune with what the Brotherhood wants.
Well, heart made of steel.
The Elder Cleric's pissed you guys took off like that.
Our vertibird broke down.
Whatever. Where's Xander Harkness? Ow!
Dude, get it together.
Okay.
I really thought he had it that time.
One leg at a time. You got this. Come on. All right. Here we go.
Stop talking to yourself, man.
What's up, big boy? All right. Let's get out of this shithole. Dust them up, spin them down. Woo!
Woo!
Sunset Sarsaparilla.
Is the guy who showed up the big dude who he had the brawl with?
I don't know. Hard to tell. Might be.
It's hard to tell with the armor on. You know?
Hard to tell with the armor on. Well, they're shockingly close to Vegas.
Makeup intact? Very good, Lucy.
How else?
Can't have her looking ugly on this show.
Oh, she's getting an IV because she was all dehydrated.
We gave you some meds, so you should be feeling a lot better than when your friend brought you in.
Friend.
Well, I'm not sure if friend is the right word.
Yeah. I love a hydrating IV. Oh, so
Same, right?
nice.
That's so nice. So much easier than drinking.
Sorry, who are you?
We're the new California Republic.
And is this all that's left of you?
No, there's tons of us. We're just not here right now.
Really?
That's where we come from.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no. I hit a little smirk.
Sorry.
Some asshole saw the first sign of civilization taking shape on the wasteland in over 100 years. Chose to burn it all down.
Well, the past is the past. Ain't that right?
Yeah, that was my dad. He murdered your families.
We've met our fair share of people on the road from Los Angeles, and so meeting you guys has been a welcome change of pace.
Thanks.
Well, if you ever want to trade up the company you keep, the NCR always welcomes new recruits.
Oh, he's having so much fun with this.
Common story around here. Someone you care about or someone you hate?
Both?
Oh, what a great question. What say you, Miss McClan?
Do you know the name? Do they know the name?
I can't imagine. Like they know
Someone
who
who
did it.
hurt a lot of people. We're gonna bring him to justice.
We're not going to be able to bring everything with us when we leave, so...
So here's some sweet weapons for you, baby. Oh, cool.
Aw, this is a nice assortment of guns.
They seemed nice.
You think they'd be nice to you? They'd find out what your daddy did?
I wasn't gonna stay, if that's what you're worried about. All I saw in there was more matching jackets.
Huh, that's a really good outlook. Pragmatic.
Speaking of matching jackets,
If I had to guess, I would say maybe my uncle and my aunt were related, and that impacted me.
It's really popping off. It's amazing what snacks can do.
The water cooler's empty. Oh, let me take care of that.
they seem really content with being inbreds, though. Must be that inbred mind.
I'm not sure everybody's an inbred as much as they are wondering if they are so they can get free snacks.
When I did my DNA test, I found out I was an inbred.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That explains a few things.
Yeah.
It's all right. We still love you, Greg.
I don't remember what I told you just now.
Please limit showers, hand washing, and water consumption to a modest 1 liter per day. Reminder.
This is what we do at the office. It's enough with the cooler. Shipment doesn't come back for a while.
We can't be wasting resources on your little club right now.
You signed off on our food and beverage budget. My little group is growing in numbers every week, unlike your approval rating.
Because I put austerity measures in place, and you're giving extra ration.
We're a distinct subculture.
Yeah, no, it's not because
You're
of that.
not taking this from me. Our snack budget is baked into the charter.
Not taking my snacks from me.
I think she's going to take your life. You mess with the wrong woman down here.
think this is the most green that we've seen in the show.
Gosh, just me, or is the air extra itchy today and heavy? There's itchy and heavy.
Yes, I'm very familiar with that feeling.
What thought you stopping for? Sorry.
Wait, what?
Gosh, why am I suddenly so grumpy? Am I?
What?
Am I dying?
No.
You ain't dying. Okay. You addicted to drugs.
Already?
No, not possible.
2 days on a steady drip of buff out of
Yep, that'll do it.
Well, then I hereby quit drugs.
There's going to be some gnarly side effects. You're going to need a...
Oh, gosh, I didn't take him so addicted to drugs. What do I do?
One, you muscle your way through it. A lot of pain, vomiting. Can't do much. You just lay there and ride it out.
I love that they're doing this in live action.
Whoa.
Cool.
In my experience, the alternative is the only way to go.
What's the alternative?
Do more drugs.
Just enough to get me through.
I know this isn't good for me, but stopping my dad from doing whatever he's doing is for the greater good. So even though I want it, I'm mostly doing it for other people. So
Wow.
that's what I'd want
Way
others to do for me.
Really good way to break down the subject of addiction.
So this is Lucy's character arc this season.
We were waiting for what it was going to be. As it turns out, it was addiction.
Things were already pretty tense around here with that Xander guy showing up, and then you just what? Disappear with him? The hell, man?
Yeah, what the hell?
Oh, get my feet. I got you. Okay.
What did you do?
I did the right thing. All right, but now Xander's dead.
The Commonwealth are gonna kill us all.
Unless I can stop it.
How are you gonna do that?
Yeah.
When you tell Quintus that you killed the emissary to the Commonwealth, he'll slit your throat himself.
Unless he takes the fusion.
I have a plan for that. But first, I need you to get all the kids and take them somewhere safe.
Why? What are you gonna do?
Kill Quintus.
I don't know if he's going to go through with it.
Yeah, this is, it's getting interesting.
Who put that there, huh? Yeah. Just kidding. All right. Okay. Here we go.
This is absolutely me if I had power.
I've come to prefer the pasta uncooked. I know it's out of necessity.
I've come to prefer the pasta uncooked.
Listen up. Serve as much as you can, everyone. We don't know how long it'll be before we find more food. Must be a lot to take in.
I drove down across that bridge a week ago.
Love interest.
Where were you
Perhaps.
going?
A job interview at Vault-Tec.
Or she's going to die a brutal death. Wow, she only worked at Vault-Tec for a week?
Hey, boss. Now that we found food, it's time for phase 2.
What is your name?
Oh, I'm Ronnie McCurtry.
Hi, Ronnie.
That last name.
Just thought I'd introduce myself. I was Bud's personal assistant.
Got it.
So?
So, let's just say I was the guy who took the lunch orders when Bud was meeting with the Vault investors.
You're an assistant, yeah.
The whole plan for Vaults 32 and 33.
What do you know about that?
I do know that phase 2 is very important to the experiment.
You're going to have to navigate this real proper, Norm.
Yeah.
Lead the way then, Ronnie.
Yeah, he's going to be a huge problem. He's going to have to handle with murder. You know, I was really skeptical of all of this, and I'm feeling like it's going to be fun.
The fact that he could be on this show and Severance at the same time.
Well, thankfully, this is his other outie. Wait, crazy plot twist.
Is
All
that
of
crazy?
Fallout,
Yeah.
it's just part of Severance.
No, it is Innie. Another Innie, right? Office worker.
Innie.
Hey, Woody! Wrong unit, huh? I'm so sorry, Davey. I am trying to get a hang of this.
You know, all those extra vaults.
I walked in on the women's men's room.
Women's men's room.
Evacuated cryopods. No sign of Norman. My God, Steph, I found Bud Askin upside down in a mop bucket.
31 has been abandoned. It's just you and me now, Bets.
Oh, wow. She goes that far back, huh?
Water crisis in 33 is getting worse.
Well, if I give you access to our vault's water supply, it would taint the work we're doing here.
What work are you talking about?
Trying to survive.
And important.
We've always had different ideas on how to do that, but I'd be more than happy to discuss a triennial trade over telegram as per tradition.
She's slowly been taking over all this.
I appointed you overseer.
And as a gesture of gratitude, I agreed to meet you here in person. But I have to think about my baby now, Betty.
First time.
There's a keepsake box. Something from before the war. It's locked. But if you bring me that box, I'll consider giving you access to our water.
Will you kill her for it?
What's in it?
It's something personal.
You talk so suspiciously. It is remarkably a similar role to his season 1 part in Severance.
He's one elevator away.
I don't think you appreciate how bad things could get down here.
With all due respect, Betty, you're from Solvent. You have no
Solving. That's the Danish town.
Steph, if you don't help us, there won't be a Vault 33 anymore.
Experiment's over, Betty.
Experiment.
We have to make our own decisions now.
Fascinating.
That's a crazy character to have be the one to discover the truth.
Well, her personality still reflects the people before the war, because as long as she can come out on top with all the power and control people, that's all that counts. Whereas Betty's actually trying to create some type of civility.
Well, I think she's been there long enough, too, to where she knows that there is no grand plan left.
Something's off.
Expecting a welcoming committee?
Yes, I was.
Oh, wow.
Cool. Elvis ghouls.
Well, shit.
What?
We should go in through the east side of town. Only about a half day's detour.
No, my dad is right there. I am done with all of the sidetracks and the detours.
She's speaking of all the players out there.
So is he. Oh, boy.
Oh, they're feral Elvis ghouls.
This makes me sad, but also happy at the same time.
So, hear me out.
No.
My partner and I, we're just gonna go on through. We don't want any.
Cool.
Aw, there's the character evolution.
She's got her Wonder Woman theme song now. Power? Who have I become?
Whoa. We've all been there, sis.
Take it in. Enjoy. Do it with a smile on your face. Yeah. Yeah. Woo! Johnny Cash performed this in Folsom Prison. Playing a song about while she's a drug addict going through this.
Aw. Is he proud or disappointed?
He's proud. She's I get her arc more. She is becoming what he said she would become.
Oh, man.
Woo! Nice, cool shot. Nice.
R.I.P. to the king. Well, thank you. Well, thank you very much.
I took a bullet to the head.
Oh.
Thumbs up.
Kidoki.
Got any cigarettes?
I'd like to try one.
One addiction at a time.
Me,
I'd
I'm
like
drunk
to
for the
try
first time.
one.
That's right, her messed up finger.
You get your fix.
What happened here is the real question.
Didn't see you there.
Xander, your name is Xander.
You got this? All right, buddy, you got it. No big deal.
Dude.
You belong here. You are loved.
So embarrassing.
Emissary.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm Elder McCrae, Yosemite chapter.
Yeah, obviously.
Can I get a word?
Absolutely.
It's a really fun episode.
This is a fun episode.
So far of the season is what I'm saying.
Leave us.
And it's so interesting, his fascination with Rome and history and all their Roman-inspired names.
What did you do?
I killed the emissary from the Commonwealth.
And now I'm going to kill you, but you are like a father figure in some weird, fucked up ways.
And now you intend to kill me.
He's handling that pretty well.
As you're probably aware, there's an ideological gap between my chapter and the Mojave.
Mm-hmm.
I would have nothing to do with Quintus's little insurrection.
No, I bet.
Promise.
What are we talking here? She making deals? We'll give you Quintus's head on a spike today. The guarantee is 300 fusion cores.
Whoa.
All we hope is that Elder Maxon will remember us better in the future.
See, that's what happens when you negotiate with women.
I love that, the actual divided line of choice.
It's brilliant.
Stab you in your mouth and keep talking.
Really great editing. The buildup of tensions, so well done.
I also love that I just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, right.
That is a refreshing feeling in television these days.
I found you in the ruins of Shady Sands. Kill me, and the world will continue just as you see it. A world I would bring order to.
You just want to be just like everyone else. You just want to rule.
To change this world. Kill me. That change will never come.
Great performance.
Look, I got 2 squadrons at the ready, and my guys came here to fight. It'd be a shame to disappoint them.
He's going to fucking pass out.
We're ready for war.
Wow, yeah, guys, okay.
I think I'm having a panic attack.
What the fuck's that?
Let me at least get your visor up here.
No.
Let me get your visor up.
No.
Don't kill her.
Tell
Bridge
me,
goes snap.
Maximus, what is your great plan?
There was no plan. I don't choose to do the things, they just keep happening.
Life.
My son, tell me what happened.
Smart. Doesn't pull the words "my son" until then.
I killed Xander because he was gonna kill some kids. They were ghouls, young ghouls.
What?
He was gonna kill them and I couldn't.
Abominations.
There it is.
Ghouls to be exterminated. First rule of our order.
He's gonna pull some kind of gun from somewhere.
Never. Never.
Oh, well, now you made the choice easy. Just go through with it, man.
So the relic was stolen, huh? I want to know which one of you backstabbing is behind it.
Shoot up. The artifact is missing.
Shoot.
Whoa!
And that's how Civil War starts.
Man, this seems like this would have happened with or without you, Maximus. Oh, dude,
I'm
no.
glad they
man.
let him live. Good Boy Scout knowing his knots. Time to go.
I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Hey, you do not have to apologize for not killing someone. Get that as far away from here as you can.
There it
Got
is.
that, Greg? Bye, side character.
What about you? We're survivors, Max. We'll survive.
Pretty important side character, though.
We go now.
Oh, crap. I think we're going to the Commonwealth.
Oh, God. They just getting the hell out of Dodge. Look at the plans. All the plans.
Not exactly how I expected the Brotherhood to get wiped off the map. Wow, this show, dude.
As you know, that any violations, particularly those that may put inner vault security at risk, be immediately reported to the overseer.
You could say that.
Did someone commit a violation?
Well, it appeared to me that you did. I noticed you were in the intervault space.
You were saying too much.
Honestly, good on him for having the courage to do that.
I've never had to report a violation to the person who committed it before, so I'm not really sure what happens next.
I'll be sure to escalate your report immediately.
Is there a weapon in there?
Why were you in the intervault chamber, Steph?
Look, I know we're all pals here, but I do think it would be best if you referred to me as Overseer Harper.
Is it her original ID? Or her vault tech? Yeah, it is original ID.
Stopping by.
And she's from annexed Canada. As the unfriendliest Canadian I have ever seen in my entire life.
Jet, hope you're adjusting okay to
This.
changes lately.
Well, you know what they say. Wherever you end up, it's where you belong.
Got that, Greg?
Overseer Harper, when you said experiment to Betty, what were you talking about?
Overseer Steph.
Love that.
Another character with a panic attack.
Where do Vegas, Greg? It's Gamora. And the Lucky 38.
Aren't there supposed to be people here?
Ooh, maybe there's like ghoul strippers.
This is like
Little free side. Somebody there
True
will
to
be able to
scale.
tell us what's going on.
What are you doing, kid?
Hello?
Boy, howdy. He's having a flashback, methinks.
Radiation.
Hey, look at this.
You hear it going off on her.
Is that an eggshell?
How big did the chickens get out here?
Those aren't chickens.
That's not a chicken.
Are those things from the flashback?
Uh-huh. But what the hell are they doing inside the walls?
He looks so scared. I love how creature feature it is.
That's why they call them Deathclaws. Man, that's way scarier than I possibly could have imagined them achieving.
Whoa. Cool. Awesome. So scaly. Damn. Awesome. Holy shit, this looks good.
Gotta run at some point.
Okie dokie.
No! Come on now. Oh, the next episode opening scene is going to be sweet.
Oh, I know.
Well, we can't skip the
Oh, we gotta watch this.
credit sequences.
But man can look me in the eye.
All right, so that's the McCarran Airport, the old headquarters for the New California Republic. Apparently, things did not go well there.
He's cute. Why do I love a guy?
Spent a lot of time in that fort.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have just watched Fallout Season 2, Episode 4. Before we hop into our thoughts, our official review of this episode, if you enjoyed this reaction, the reaction highlights, the full-length reaction watch-along where you sync up with your own copy of Fallout, that is available for our Royal Rejects over at Patreon. We also cover several things over there exclusively with highlights and watch-alongs included. And most of the time, you know, like this is something that's coming out right away, so we got to get on it right away. But usually our Royals get access to our shooting schedule, so we're usually able to take questions, and you guys are going to be a part of our reviews and get shout-outs by proxy. So you guys are amazing. You help support us. We get copyright claims every single day. So I have there's nothing exaggerated about what I just said. So you guys have been a massive help to us. Thank you. And another way, if you want to support the channel, if you want to get teas such as this, you can go to rejectnationshop.com, barcode right here on screen, scan it, take you right to the site directly, and Royal Rejects also get 15% off, a special code every month given just to them. And of course, Praper edited down these highlights. Thank you guys. Michael Tessler.
Greg.
We are here with it, and yeah, I like this one a lot. I'm a sucker for monster B-movie stuff, so to bookend it with that of him being confronted with a horror from his past, I thought was so cool. I mean, there's a lot that happened in this episode.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I like the illustration of him being part of the Brotherhood of, like when he was fighting.
In the war?
In the war. Was that him part of the Brotherhood then?
No.
What was that?
That's the United States Marine Corps.
And that was before
the Great War.
That was before the Great War. That was before he even like became an actor and stuff, right?
Before he became a
Yeah,
famous
I'm just getting all that the timeline in my head
Yeah.
corrected. And to see like the fallout of that, no pun intended, to see the fallout of that and that faction, and even with the NCR watching that deteriorate, then you go to the Brotherhood and you're watching that deteriorate as well. You know, when they're talking about order versus anarchy, I love seeing how both stories are kind of paralleling one another.
And it's sort of similar to Hank's whole mantra of it's never-ending factions just killing each other, and at some point, there needs to be something different.
Yeah. So that's why I agree with the plan they did to nuke everything. But even what Lucy's going through here, a person who's all about kind of construct and order, is now embracing anarchy.
Yeah.
You know,
well,
so I love the theme
doesn't
of the
want to
episode.
be wearing the same suits as everybody else, the same jackets.
Not anymore.
But
What was your favorite development of this episode?
Well, you know, it's funny because during the last episode, you and I both, you griped more than I griped because I had faith, Greg.
About Lucy. Yeah.
And I feel vindicated because I think this was the episode where they decided to take that leap for her. And inevitably, it's funny because I really appreciate throughout this episode, they nod at some of the choices that a player has. And very often when playing a game like Fallout, you start out with the most noble intentions. And then you have to fight somebody and you have to use buff out. And then you use it again and again. And next thing you know, you're a chem addict. And I think there's something really sort of fun about her going through the same sort of moral, like, oh, actually, as it turns out, like the first time you blow somebody's leg off, that feels pretty good. And I thought that was it was a fun development. I really, really love how we're exploring the Ghoul's past. I feel like, number one, to see the war in Alaska, up in Anchorage, to see that play out in live action I was not ready for it. And then to introduce the Deathclaw that way, I thought was just, what a brilliant idea, you know, because I think, I'm not spoiling anything here because they obviously showed it, but I think a lot of people assume that the Deathclaws exist as a result of the fallout and the radiation.
Yeah.
But as you saw,
that was before.
So how? So I'm not going to say anything more than that, but
you know the answer. Why don't you just whisper it to me?
No, I don't. I'm really trying my best to not ruin everything this season, and for all of you, for that matter. But I thought, like, what a great way to introduce it in an unexpected environment, and to see there is it was in that moment when he saw the Deathclaw again coming out of the Gamora casino. There was this, the look on his face was the most like his old face that I had seen the entire series so far.
Yeah, it had a similar thing with the last episode, though, too, with the crab monster.
Yeah.
They're actually, I think the Ghoul kind of felt impenetrable in the last season. Like, he's really cool, and he's my favorite character. However, you do feel like the guy is fine all the time, you know? Yeah. So to put a little bit more emphasis on his fear, I think helps elevate it to give it some stakes, especially when you're going to be following him around as not as antagonistically. You're going to be following him as a protagonist.
Yeah, well, I think it's one thing to get shot at when you know that you're going to heal from that. It's another thing to be inside the digestive tract of a monster.
Yeah.
So, but, tomatoes.
Yeah.
I love that. I thought the Brotherhood stuff, that all unraveled a lot faster than I expected it to unravel. I thought we were in for a lot more exposition. And in true Fallout fashion, they said, no, we're just going to stab a guy in the throat. But no, I'm loving the direction of all of it. I have so many thoughts of where it might go, but I'm also really, the setup for Vegas was so cool, because based upon the ghouls.
That there were supposed to be people there and stuff.
Yeah, and the players are familiar with,
it's called New Vegas for a reason.
Yeah, there's humans there. It was so cool to see the Kings, which were those Elvis impersonators. Apparently, they did not do well. But yeah, what do you think? That was your first time in New Vegas. What did you think?
I mean, it's aesthetically cool, and the hint at the thing before is cool, and it similar to stuff where sometimes I watch something and I go, oh, I want to read the comic or I want to read the book, and then I end up actually doing that. I am feeling that itch to grasp, seeing how, because the last seasons felt like I understand that it's connected to the game, but it definitely doesn't. It didn't make me go, I have to play the game to really understand more.
Yeah.
And this, I don't feel like particularly left out. So it's a little bit close. Mandalorian season 1 is like, yeah, I got this.
Yeah.
And then season 2 is like, shit, if you didn't watch Clone Wars, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
And it's like, not there, but there are times where I feel like you're sort of teetering the line to there.
There's pieces of context that, for me, I view it as it is enhancing my experience, but I definitely don't think it is required.
Yeah.
Which is a really impressive balancing act.
Yeah.
And I think maybe also why this show is succeeding in that it's not overly reliant upon one's breadth of knowledge on the intricate history of Mandalorian warrior culture and how it's evolved into a pacifist sort of,
Yeah.
However, if you do happen to know like the intricacies of the Brotherhood and blah, 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 like it adds a fun little flavor profile.
Yeah, because I imagine, especially with the collapse that's happening within that's leading to this like Brotherhood civil war, having more of that additional context probably makes that more impactful and scarier. Because as an audience member, I've only been at the camp of the Brotherhood. I haven't really seen anything else outside of this, like, this 40 square foot. Like, I haven't really seen much else they've done outside of, the one, sometimes they go on a little adventure individually with a squire, but I don't know these towns or Commonwealth or whatever. So my ability to understand the scope at what's at stake here is very limited. So in a lot of ways, actually having you here and you reacting, and I'm like, oh, this is like a much crazier thing than perhaps I'm actually latching onto.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because players still sort of have that same experience.
Okay.
Like in every Fallout game, you're only exposed to the factions that are within the place that you are, and you get little breadcrumbs. The show's been really cool because it's colliding all those worlds together.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I don't want to, like, maybe at the end, I'll say like a 30-second thing while you keep your ears closed.
Sure.
Like the Commonwealth and sort of what that can represent plot-wise as we move forward. It's such like a fertile playground. and there's such a God, there's just so much that they can do, and I love that they're taking all the different games and the lore that they've established in the show to create something that is both familiar but entirely new and surprising even for players of the game.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't feel like I have much more of a inkling of where this can go than you do, even though I've played all the games and, you know, have read every single bit of content that can be consumed related to this universe.
Well, the word I wrote down, to go back to the thing we were bringing up earlier, the only word I wrote down this whole time was process, because it dawned on me with Lucy that she would kind of just default to how she knows how to be, because she probably doesn't know how to process the pain that she's in, you know? And I imagine I'm very disciplined at not reading comments with a season of television until we're done with the season. I'm very disciplined about that.
I definitely haven't read all the comments.
Yeah, I haven't read the comments. So if people are pointing out like something to counter what I was saying before, I imagine it would be something like what I'm about to say right now, is that with a person like her, she probably, like with grief, people often just resort back to who they were before the grief, and that's how denial forms, because they don't know how to process it.
Yeah.
So with the person, this kind of like pain where everything's getting kind of shattered, this episode really highlighted how, you know, like how the addiction can sort of, even though it was like addiction, not by her like trying something out, it just happened.
Yeah.
But
which is how a lot of addiction happens.
Yeah, succumbing to it and then finding the fun in the killing, watching her change, because you see who Cooper used to be, of a person with a lot of soul, a lot of heart, a lot of care, a lot of love. But then after a while, you just start to sort of change your point of view and become a hollow person and just succumb to how everything's kind of a joke now.
Yeah. Oh, and try to get those little bits of the fake joy that you get, the temporary dopamine hit that you get from those. No, I mean, I was thinking about it. One of the brilliant things that they've done here on just like a writing level is her first major loss was her mother, and she was so young, and it's abundantly clear that the culture of the vault is to push all of those feelings down.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask questions.
Yeah.
Okie dokie, everything's fine, and we keep moving on.
Yeah.
And so learning how to grieve is such a new and important. She is in many ways also becoming human in the same ways that the ghoul is also becoming human again.
That's cool. That's a good point. It's a good parallel.
But yeah, what did y'all think?
Well, we haven't talked at all about what's going on in the vault.
What is happening in the vault?
Yeah, what's going on with Stephanie and Betty, and how are you feeling about how that's all going?
You know, it's interesting because obviously I am not as invested in that plot line as I am in all the other plot lines.
Well, everything above the vaults is complementing each other, whereas here it seems like a very separate storyline.
It's interesting. I think sort of the Hank's whatever item, mystery item.
MacGuffin thing.
And that's exactly what it is, a true MacGuffin, where it's like, we need a thing to create an extra. I'm curious as to how that ties into Hank's master plan, or is what's going on in the vault still going to be narratively threaded to what else is happening in the rest of the story? But
I feel like thematically, with civil wars and insurgencies happening, it seems like that's what they're building up to here.
It's just sad.
Yeah,
you know, it makes me sad. Those poor people. They just want to be happy, and they're not.
I like how they've developed Stephanie, though.
Yeah.
Like where she was from last season. This feels like a lot sprung after wanting revenge for what happened, and having something taken away that she loves, and then now where she's at with this power. And it is cool illustrating the two of, even though she probably believes the same thing Betty does, that, hey, our plan did not go according to plan when we were frozen and shit. And she's like, well, I still want the power.
I think the amount of time that she's been unfrozen and the amount of time that Betty's been unfrozen, I think, is also sort of an important. There are certain lessons learned and a certain level of humanity that I think Betty, by virtue of being around all these people for so long, whether or not she can admit it. Like, she can't just let all these people die, you know? And I think that's the...
What if that's Cooper's wife?
You know, the internet has suggested that could be his daughter or his wife. But,
Betty?
Yeah. But I think that's just racist.
You think so?
I think so. I think that's too... that's a little too on the nose.
I don't know if it's racist.
It's racist. They're like, oh, look, a character of color. This must be his wife.
But she's been around a lot longer, and then she's played a very important role in running things. And there's no other black woman we've got to, and there's not many black people.
And that's also racist,
and he's looking for his wife. But where would the daughter be?
Unless she's the daughter.
That is not racist to you.
No, I mean, sure, like timeline-wise, it makes total sense. I just, I can't help but imagine that, I feel like the wife is dead. I think the daughter is alive.
Yeah.
That's what my feelings say. Because I don't even know how he could have a conversation with his wife. I just hope that she, in some way, shape, or form, redeemed herself at the end.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Well, that's it, guys.
What do you think? Do you think Greg's a racist? Leave a comment down below.
People do. Well, guys, who are you racist against? Leave it in the comments below. Thank you, Michael, for being here. Happy holidays to everyone. Real Rejects.
By the time this airs, it's after the holidays.
It's the final day of the year.
Oh, yeah. It's still the holidays.
Yeah.
It's the holidays. Happy 2026.
Leave your predictions down below.
Oh, can I give a 30-second ramble?
Sure.
With your ears covered? You can still hear me.
Oh, yeah.
Is that okay? All right, rejects that have watched Fallout. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Okay, I have a theory. So House, right? So he went to the Commonwealth Institute of Technology, CIT, where, you know, the institute is from, the whole big part of the Commonwealth. His whole entire idea is self-preservation, right? Isn't that like crazy? So let's say he survived all of this, and it looks like somehow he has. His one desire is to have a functional body. Who could make him a functional body? That's right, the Commonwealth, who makes synths. And I think that's our setup for season 3, where House has one purpose, and that is to find a new body for himself. Also, the guy that's running around that looks like him, that looks really like him, I think that's his brother, Anthony House, who owns the company that he was supposed to inherit, but he got disinherited. And anyway, I think that he has like this, like the brain thing on the back of his head, and he's basically torturing his brother by making him pretend to be him in front of all those different people, because he's just that kind of psycho. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. I think we're going to go to the Commonwealth. I think Mr. House is going to try to resurrect himself in the form of a synth, and that is where all roads are leading, and I'm so excited. Am I crazy? What do you think? Leave your comments below, but make sure you say, spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. That way we don't ruin it for anybody else. Anyway, that's all. You're good.